There's something satisfying about making a pour-over coffee. It's a small ceremony that results in a bright and beautiful cup. Peace be upon you.
And also with you.
Today we're going to go over some simple yet precise steps that will result in an incredible cup. Here's what you'll need. A dripper, your server, your gooseneck kettle, your favorite coffee roasted for filter, preferably, a grinder, your papers, and last but not least, a scale. First, we need to grind our coffee. A good place to start is using a brew ratio of 1:17, meaning for this 8-ounce cup of pour-over, we are going to require 15 grams of coffee beans to 250 mils of water. The two key components at this point are grind size and water quality. With grind size, we're aiming for a medium consistency. I liken it to something like beach sand. Now, if we go too coarse, we'll end up with a coffee that is somewhat thin, somewhat watery, and probably insipid. However, if we go too fine, we'll end up with a coffee that's over-extracted and bitter. Ideally, you want to heat your kettle between 96 degrees Celsius to 100 degrees Celsius. By doing so, you allow for the maximum extraction. Before brewing, make sure that you pre-rinse your filter. We do this to remove any unwanted flavors from the paper. As well, we like to warm up our dripper and our server. Unless you want a bad coffee, make sure you remember to discard your rinse water. Now that we've added the coffee to the dripper, it's time for what's known as the bloom. With the bloom, we want to make sure that we cover our coffee grinds to just above where they finished. Now, typically this is about 50 mil. Once we've covered the coffee or put 50 mil of water in, I like to sit and let this release carbon dioxide for approximately 30 to 45 seconds. When it comes to pouring, slow and steady wins the race here. What you want to do is you want to start in the middle of your brew and work your way in a spiral motion to the outside. While we're doing this, we want to make sure that we do not overwet any part of the coffee grind. Also, we do not stay focused on one area for too long. This is all about making sure we have an even extraction throughout the brew. If your coffee grind size is correct, we are looking at getting this entire pour finished pouring at roughly 2 minutes 45 to 3 minutes 30. I tend to find that coffee that pours on the 2 minutes 45 to 3 minutes a little bit lighter, a little bit brighter, and to me, a little bit more favorable. There's a lot of discussion about agitation post-pour. Now, in my opinion, I think that if you've got your grind size right, if you've got your water and your brew ratio right, this will taste as good as it can taste. When your dripper slows to a stop, we're ready to go. Make sure you give your server a nice swirl, grab your mug, and serve. Key takeaways are that if you've done this all correct and you've got a nice extraction, your coffee will be sweet, transparent, not too heavy, not too light, and most of all, really enjoyable. Beautiful. Jump down in the comments, let us know what kind of beans you use on your pour-over, whether you do anything different with your pours or your bloom. Subscribe for more content on how-tos and what's going on behind the scenes. Till then, peace.